Most precious multi-billionaires, we are at the Durban Book Fair, and I have with me Vino Govender, who used to be the managing director of a family logistics business. So, Vino, could you tell us something about yourself, please?
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. I, being in the logistics business, met a lot of people, and being a people's person, I loved what I was doing. And when the time came to sort of slow down and get into something a little bit quieter, I decided to quit. But being a outdoors person, it meant giving up the sea, the sun, and the sand, and having to stay indoors to ride was really not something that I really wanted to do. But it so happened that fortune favored me. One day, I wanted to go to a party, and my husband was a prolific writer, a perfectionist, a man who believed that anything for public consumption must be totally perfect or not at all. So I said to him I would love to go out, and he said no, I have to finish my writing. So I said, for me, if the people ask me where's the husband, I will tell them I'm sick. So the poor man abandoned his desk and we took it out. And I think somewhere he was favored or his prayers were answered because my sister took ill, and whilst I was at the Amshrana hospital, being with her in the ICU, I prayed. I prayed like I never prayed in my life. I asked God to spare her or take her. And that night when I got home, I never slept. I was so charged up. It was like something was asking me, wanting me, prompting me to write something. And I started this poem. Remember me, I am the smile on your face. Remember me, I am the wind blowing gently through. Remember me, I was there when you were in pain, I held you. You were never far from me. So I completed the poem the next morning in about 20 minutes, and then took it over to Rabbi Govender, who was at Radio Lotus, and I asked him, do you think I could read this on radio? And he said yes. So I was given 3 minutes to read the poem, 2 minutes to write, I mean 2 minutes to speak about it, and I did just that, and I never looked back.
That's fantastic. Which radio station was it?
It was Radio Lotus.
Wow, amazing.
And I never looked back because after that the poetry simply flowed. Poems like Woman of Africa, Tomorrow's People. And I never knew that writing Tomorrow's People in the poetic form would give me my second book, which is titled Tomorrow's People. Then I decided to go a step higher and do something for the community. I felt I was so fortunate. There was so much I could impart to them. So I started with the youth. I do motivational poetry. I prompt them to write anything and everything. And then I also speak to parents and I say to them, create some me time with your little ones. Just before your meals, read a passage of something somewhere, explain to them what it meant, ask them to write about it. And then also, I went a little bit more further than that. I said to the children, why do you have to ask your parents for money to buy your parents a gift? You create something yourself. So yes, I got the children to write poems, put it on a piece of paper, a nice colored paper, put the mom or the dad's photograph there, put a little string around it, and hand it to your parents or whoever's birthday. And long after you've left the house and you are gone, your mother or your father will still have that hanging somewhere on the wall reminding you of you when you were young. And I think that caught on very well because a lot of mothers said to me, they don't come and ask for money anymore because sometimes they don't even have it. So they create their own little gift to give.
That is absolutely phenomenal,
So that's exactly where I am. And yes, the writing part of it, I managed to do 3 books. The first one was African Blossom. The second one was Tomorrow's People. And the third, Casper Tukendela. But I must say I owe a lot to my husband, the late Mr. G. Mahalingum. Being an author of repute and a musician, he used to play the accordion for any function, any festival, and he did it all free of charge. He never took any money for anything that he did. And people were so taken with him and his writing. His first book, Whispers from Africa, that was just after we had our freedom, and it was launched by our Minister of Education. It was a proud moment for us all when that took off. From then, he never looked back. His second one, Poetic Whispers, he felt that our youth didn't know our history. So he brought about, in poetic verse, he brought the lives of all the stalwarts who fought for the struggle, like the late President Nelson Mandela and Biko, Mangasutu Buthelezi, and Fatima Mira, and Ismail Mir. So he's got all this history, very rich history in that book. Then he went on further. We were so taken with the writings that we received from the SAI ashram. And we were taken with listening to writings like Help Ever, Hurt Never. And you had Love All and Serve All. So we looked deeply into the SAI part of people's lives and how it affected them and so on. And then suddenly he had this feeling that he had to write something, and he wanted to meet people who were in the SAI fold. So we went out and we interviewed people. And I must say, this is one of the best books that he had, because it was done with so much of love. I was amazed to meet people who would 5 days in a factory. On a Saturday, they counted their money, set it aside for groceries for the week, and whatever left over, they put it together to prepare food to feed the needy, the homeless, and the downtrodden. And then it so happened from there on, they would come and meet at Addington Beach. And we all of us got involved in feeding. It brought so much of joy. Even our Christmas was not spent with our families. It was with people like this that has fought. And believe me, I think those were the happiest years of our lives. So when this work was complete, everything there was authentic because we went, spoke to the people, got their experiences written down, went back, authenticated everything. We went as far as Kwakwa in the Free State to interview a lady by the name of Mahalingum. And yes, she had some amazing things to tell us about Sai Baba when she went to India all the way just to go and ask him where his son was, whom she had lost years back. Yes, and he did give us some information that made her happy. So Sai Simply Love was a book full of love. And it was something that the people from our community, nobody would sort of stop and give much thought to or spend time with. And these are the people who brought so much of joy to all those homeless on the beachfront. And from there on, together we researched indenture before and beyond. And I must say, this took 20 years between doing life, earning a living, and also living, looking after and caring for people. This book came about. And everything in this book is authentic because the people who contributed are also signed to say yes, it was their experiences, it was their parents, any information came from them, was authentic, it came from their grandparents. So yes, this covered life of the indentured in South Africa. And if you had to read this book, a tear would be shed. Because if you look at Columbia, right now, that's one of the new shopping malls, the north of the city. And Columbia had their hanging trees where the men used to hang themselves because they couldn't carry on with life. Now, this was very, very sad because a woman would give birth and the baby would have blue eyes and blonde hair, and the husband would just shake his head, put his head down and look for a rope and go hang himself. How would he answer to anybody that baby was not his baby? And this is what colonialism did to some of them. And I must say, this book is a coffee table book. It should be in every home to remind us where we came from. And it must also be given to our youth and our young people emerging so they will know what our history was like and to better themselves.
Wow, it was such a comprehensive response. Thank you so much for your time and for the knowledge that just flowed through you. I really am grateful. My privilege and pleasure to have met you today, Vino. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.